Previously on Poetically Mused. Spring is right around the corner, but tonight I came to talk to you about the moon that's hanging over our heads tonight. It is the first supermoon of 2020, very close and high in vibration, and it's nicknamed the Worm Moon.
My Mystic Diary, your haven for spiritually symbolic reading. This is the Wind Song Crawl of Oracles. Welcome.
Ekuabo villagers, oni mi ojo aje. Ik be meta odunik ba wa ogun. Meta de lokbona wan ojo ik ba fere. What did I just say? Welcome villagers, today is Moon Day, April 8th, 2020, and we are 18 days into spring equinox. And I'm iiiYansa J Muse, and I've come to just share a little bit of moon talk with you. Coming up this Wednesday, we will be experiencing the closest supermoon to Earth. This is the second super full moon, the second supermoon, not full moon, but supermoon of the calendar year 2020 and the first of the astrological 2020. What do I mean? The last super worm moon came last month, but it was still Pisces season and thus part of still 2019. Those of us who celebrate the new year on March 20th as opposed to January 1st, which by the way, January and February are not real months, but more on that on the astrology section. Tonight, we're just talking about the moon. So, this supermoon of 2020 is coming on Wednesday. Well, it started tonight, but it will be through Wednesday. And it's in the zodiac houses of Libra and Scorpio. So what does this close full moon have to say to us? What are its messages? Well, for starters, full moons rise all of our tides the highest. So it's understandable that everybody's emotions are at an all-time high, especially more so granted the circumstances that we need not call by name or give any unnecessary energy to. Ashe? Yes. Secondly, full moons reiterate requests made on the new moon. And if you haven't made a request on the new moon, then it's okay to make an affirmation on the full moon. Just be sure of what energies it's coming in, and the moon will tell you a lot about its messages through its planetary houses. For this moon to be in such close proximity, the closest to Earth, and the houses of Libra and Scorpio, can mean two things. Well, several things, but I'll name two. One, Libra represents the divine scale of balance. It is also the cardinal sign that ends summer solstice and begins autumn equinox. So, what this supermoon is coming to bring us a message for and to open the cosmic way for is to find a very deep balance with all there is around you. And of course, that's a lot harder to do, granted the situation that we're in. Secondly, the full moon stays full. This supermoon stays close to the Earth as the Libra season gives way into the 8th house of Scorpio. Now, Scorpio deals with life, death, and the mystics. So this may be the reason why there's so much information going on and everyone speaking to and calling on the ancestors and delving more into the mystics and into the intricacies of their spiritual awakenings, because this moon is rising your tides to deal with your deepest emotional imbalances. Why so? Because we're spending some time shut in for some serious introspection. And oftentimes, our emotions being out of whack can be the first thing to lead to the right or the wrong side of universal law. So this moon is coming to show us where we can find more balance and where our place is within the gateway of mysticism. Also, this moon has a nickname, a pink supermoon. Now let's look at the color pink. Pink is the combination of two colors, red and white. Let's think about that in terms of the chakras. are our 7 churches within, the 7 main churches, should I say. There are other chakras besides the main 7, but most of us are familiar with the main 7, so I'll start there. Red is the color of the root chakra, right? White or lavender is the color of the crown chakra. And when you mix those together, you get pink. So by the full moon rising all of our emotional tides up, and it's pink, maybe this is a call from Mother Moon to spiritualize the ego by combining the energy of the root with the energy of the spirit. So that way they no longer pull in opposition. This is also a time, this was something that I thought of, and I'm just going to share it. A pink supermoon reminds me a lot of rose quartzes. And rose quartzes are one of my favorite crystals. But we'll talk more about healing stones in my other blogs. Today, we're just sticking to moon talk. This is an ideal time to charge your rose quartz crystals. Charge all of your crystals, but rose quartz most of all. Why? Because it is the stone that deals with universal love. This is the stone that grounds us during turbulent times. This is the stone that makes us consider the survival of the universal whole as opposed to just being focused on individual survival. So if you will, grab those rose quartzes out of your drawers and out of your sacred spaces and douse them a little bit of salt water, maybe some special herbs, and place them somewhere under the moon. You can place them in a window, you can place them outside, and you can pray your incantations over them to charge them so that this pink supermoon can bring you the energies that you need to get through these turbulent times. The pink moon is also here to teach us to discern more in spirit, because when your ego is spiritualized, you can discern better. When your ego is compromised with individual want, individual need, individual survival, your higher spiritual essence can be compromised. And when we're dealing in the midst of something that threatens our survival, it's easy to go off into individual survival mode and not think about the universal whole. So this pink supermoon is coming this close to Earth around this interesting turbulent time to rise all of our energies high, all of our emotional energies high, all of our throat chakra energies high. All of these things are roused by the full moon. And by this pink moon coming so close, it's going to rise it even higher and more intensely. And why so? To bring everything that's in you out so that things may be healed, so that we can recognize imbalances and weaknesses that we can make strengths, so that we can continue to be productive in the positive ways of life, as opposed to being in survival mode. Because being in survival mode very much tempts the carnal essence. The numerology of this pink supermoon is on a 7, according to the daily numerology. Now, number 7 is the number of divine completion. So while we're inside and in our places of introspection, this is a perfect time to reflect on what loose ends need to be tied so that new doors may be opened. Be sure to like, share, follow, and visit my blog at motherbluehues.poeticallymused.org so you can explore some written articles, some tarot, and maybe sign up for the email list so that you can get the heads up on videos to come. Speaking of creation of healing stone jewelry, also would like to wish a happy centennial to the ladies of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated, especially to the smooth and dominant Omega Gamma chapter of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. And I have created a special healing stone bracelet for the sorors. It's lapis lazuli, blue zircon, and of course those special 5 white pearls. But if anyone else would like to have some healing stone jewelry, by all means, please send me an email and we can do your consultation so that I can select your stones personally according to what I get from your energy. It's also Poetry Month, and I am setting my Poetry Month out. So be sure to make sure you're following and staying tuned, because I have a lot of poetic things to share. Many that you can download, others that you can listen to, and the beat goes on. I'm iiYansa Muse. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me and allowing me to share this special report on some moon cosmology coming up this week. Ashe.
Love, light, sun rays, and healing moonbeams, villagers. iiYansa Muse here, your mystic priestess, divinatory, visual, literary, and performing artist. In one of my many avenues of creation, I have been making specialty healing stone and crystal therapy bracelets for people according to their unique designs and their spiritual needs. Now, I have created a specialty healing stone bracelet of lapis lazuli, blue zircon, and of course, 5 precious pearls for all of my worldwide sorors of Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. This bracelet is just for you, as I will only be creating these for the duration of Zeta Phi Beta's 100th year of scholarship, sisterly love, service, and finer womanhood.